What a song.
It's so good.
It is a good song.
Welcome, everybody. I thought we were just going to go right into the intro there. I think we're all ready.
Maybe we are.
I don't know why we're waiting around.
Hey, welcome to the episode.
Is this the pod?
This is the pod.
Guys,
Wow.
Hey,
is this the pod?
This is one of those fun episodes that I'm
Have
really
you listened
excited
to
for.
this podcast that I always reference when saying that?
Is this the pod?
Is
the
this the
pod? The pod?
But seriously, are we referencing the same podcast?
I thought I was quoting Elliot every time I've said that, so no.
Oh, wow. All right. I've got some content to send your way. I think you're going to love it.
I thought I was quoting Matt. I didn't know this was from, I didn't know it was referencing something else.
This is kind of like when we finish shooting something
Yeah.
and I say to you, it's a real film, Jack. And then I finally explain what that means.
This is episode number 42.
42.
We are building our dream value garage.
And 42 is the answer to the question of the life, the universe, the meaning of
Yes, it
life,
is.
the universe,
Look
and
at
also
that.
everything.
Jackie Robinson's
She
number.
brought up a thing and then provided the context for it. Thank you, Natalie.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy for
Listen,
the uncultured.
If people
among you.
know what I mean when I say it's a real film, Jack, just let us know in the comments.
Yeah,
No one
please
knows.
do. Please do. So
You
cars,
should
Get out of here.
Cars, they've gotten
should. I don't read.
pricey. They've gotten more expensive recently.
Oh, yeah, they have.
Gosh, they're expensive.
Matt, are there any cars available for under $15,000?
No, there are. No.
New cars.
No,
15,000?
New cars. Yes, new cars. Are there any cars
There are
available?
used cars
15
available.
or 50?
Are there any new cars available for under $18,000?
No.
20.
No.
Oh my gosh, 22.
Gosh.
There is a car available for under 22.
Okay. What is that car?
What?
Is that the cheapest car available?
The cheapest car
thought it was
available.
22.
Elliot, God, I'm so glad you asked.
What is it?
It's almost like you researched this
A
before
lot
the
of
show.
people think that it is the best looking vehicle on sale today.
Oh, no.
It's the Hyundai Venue.
Not again.
Yeah,
God.
the Hyundai Venue. So it used to be the Nissan Versa, which was around 18.5-ish. But now that car has been discontinued for 2026, leaving the adorable, the handsome, the charming,
none of those things.
the absolute delight that is the Hyundai Venue as the cheapest vehicle, new vehicle on sale by MSRP
Wow.
in the United States.
Wow. The Hyundai Venue.
I couldn't be more thrilled. I think it is the rightful heir.
I didn't think we'd talk about the Venue again on this episode.
Yeah, I had hoped. But here we
honey,
are.
we are just starting to talk about the Venue. What is the topic of this episode?
We're building our dream garage. So we like to have fun every once in a while.
Well,
Sometimes
our dream garage with a big caveat.
Yeah.
if we were strapped. So we are going to do a draft. We're gonna one by one. We're gonna pick our cars, and we're gonna stay under a certain level. Matt, take us through the rules or the stipulations of this year draft.
Yeah, because it wouldn't be fun if we didn't have a challenge.
What's
so
the challenge?
the stipulation is that we only get to spend a certain amount of money. Specifically, we want to keep our price tag, our total price tag, not our total price tag, our MSRP price tag. We're going to get into that very quickly, under $90,000. And the reason we kept it under that, because we thought about maybe it's a $100,000 garage, but as we all know, the price you pay for a car is generally more than the MSRP, or certainly not going to be the MSRP exactly. So the rules are
3 cars for 90 grand.
90 grand, 3 cars, at least one of them has to be a crossover.
A crossover.
At least one of them has to be some sort of alternative fuel. So it could be electric, it could be a PHEV, PHEV. You can listen to our last episode if you're curious about spelling out or saying acronyms.
Yes.
And those are the only two. Those are the two restrictions.
So Matt, let's say I'm trying to build a 3-car garage.
Yeah.
What if I, by chance, happen to have an SUV crossover that's also a hybrid?
That's fine.
What
with
happens
me.
then?
I think you're probably going to pay a premium to get that car. But if that's how you want to spend your money, that's how you spend your money. Then the other 2 vehicles, you can do whatever you want with,
Nice.
as long as the total is less than $90,000.
And what if
MSRP.
MSRP.
Well, let's talk about that, Dave. Great point. MSRP. What is that, and why is that not
boy.
really what people pay?
I get to field this one. Cool. MSRP, manufacturer suggested retail price.
Yeah.
It is
MSRP.
just consider it a starting point, right? This is sort of, it's as clear a starting point as we really get in the auto industry. This is what The automaker is saying one should start at for this price. It sort of levels it so you have one. You can compare one car to another. That is different than out the door price. Out the door price is up to you, the consumer, to negotiate. You're trying to go down. The dealer will sometimes find ways to go higher or reasons that it is higher based on demand. If the vehicle has a lot of demand, you're probably not going to hit MSRP. You're probably going to go higher.
Yeah.
If you have some negotiation, if you've got a trade-in that they really want, or if it's a vehicle that maybe is slower selling, you might have an advantage as the consumer. People are terrified of negotiating for cars.
Yeah.
They would rather like skydive naked or bungee jump naked off the Sears Tower
that
than
sounds
go into a
exciting.
car. And
I
we
don't
see
know about
this.
that.
It terrifies people. So I want to say, we hear you. There are a ton of articles right now on CarGurus.com that will very explicitly walk you through the negotiation process, whether it's new, whether it's used, whether it's leasing, any sort of way you're going to be getting your next car. We've got you covered because we understand it is very scary for people.
Yeah.
But so that is the thing. Then that's how you get the out the door price. It is what sort of you are able to negotiate for
Yes.
sure in the dealership.
Well, so Dave hit it right on. I kind of view MSRP as like, this is a real number that the automaker has set. This is the manufacturer's
Exactly.
price.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
like, that's the starting point.
It's a starting point. Yep.
And then it disappears. It just fades into the ether.
Because you can't get it.
Because there's so many ways.
You could get
and
it.
So
You
many
could.
opportunities to negotiate below the MSRP. There are also instances where dealers just aren't going to sell a car for MSRP or below if it's in high demand. But then there are things like you're going to have dealer fees. You're going to have taxes. You're going to have the destination fee. The destination fee is a big one. They tack that on top of the MSRP. So
we also have, Matt, to your point, there are lots of fees. We have an article on CarGurus that actually explains fees that you should expect on top of MSRP. And then fees where you're like, not so kosher.
Right. The stuff
so
that
maybe
is
you're wanting to know what the
negotiable and
difference
what
is.
isn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, we walk you through those as well. Yeah, because it can get confusing.
So when we were planning this episode, we said, let's set our budget at $100,000.
Yeah.
But we work out of a database just like every one of our competitors does. So we can easily get the MSRPs, very hard to get actual out the door prices. And that's why we said, instead of 100K, let's set it at 90K. So we're basically giving $10,000 for 3 cars to cover those, the dealership needs a new boat fee.
I mean, some of them are legit fees, right? And that's sort of what we walk you through in our article. Is like, look, dealerships are businesses, right? They have to cover costs in some circumstances. So we walk you through, these are the legitimate fees to expect on top of whatever you're paying for the car. And then these are the other fees that like maybe are more negotiable or you should just, be ready for.
Right.
So there is a difference.
And sometimes you will go to a place to buy a car and they will charge you a $400 documentation fee. And you say, I get it. This is a business. And then sometimes you will go to buy a car and they will try to charge you a $1,600 documentation fee. And the point is that shop around.
Yeah.
Not all fees are created equal. Some fees are unavoidable. Destination fees are unavoidable. And taxes are unavoidable unless you live in like New Hampshire.
Also remember, nothing scares the dealer more than you walking out of that dealership. That's your main negotiation card. So don't hesitate to play that if you feel like the negotiation is not going in your favor.
That's it. I'm out of here.
I digress.
No, Matt, don't. The big reason why we're going so hard on this, in our written and our video reviews, when we give prices, we try to give prices as MSRP plus destination because we know those are going to be there. This conversation today, our database we have access to, it's just MSRP. So pretend that there's another $12 to $18 to $2,000 on top of these actual prices.
And
right?
this is our I'm sorry. Yeah, please
we're sorry.
don't yell at us. We're trying. We do this for you.
But that's just it. We're and that's affordability. And that's what we're trying to do is drive home that we hear all the news stories about the average car price today is $50,000.
Yeah.
And there are so many consumers who that number has got to be terrifying because that's a lot of money for a car and we can't afford that. So the whole point here is to drive home the fact that all of these vehicles are affordable, much more affordable than the $50,000 mark. Our point is you can get very compelling SUVs, trucks, EVs, hybrids for well under 50 grand. And we're going to sort of walk you through which ones we would choose.
Even further in many cases.
Are you guys
Yeah,
excited?
if we did our
Natalie, are you
research.
excited?
I'm anxious.
Have you done your
anxious.
research?
Yes, and yet I'm still feeling like, what am I going to do if somebody else picks
Yeah,
something?
you guys are going to steal my good ones.
That is,
God, I have
that's
good
the
ones.
key with the draft. You
Okay.
know? It's like
guys are
anybody
gonna
can
steal
come in and just break
So-
down your door.
We'll see.
We can only plan so much. We are figuring out the order right now. So I have
This is
All right,
the
let's
most
do it.
terrifying.
I have our 4 names loaded into the randomizer at random.org. And I'm just going to click and we're going to see.
no free ads.
All right, do it.
Going
Go.
first
Go.
Oh, no.
is Natalie.
Oh man, I feel like first is very important in this one. Like really,
It usually is.
First sets the table for the rest of the draft.
Oh, Natalie, big win. Big W.
I think I said this, but we're
second.
doing a snake draft. So the order is very crucial. So first is Natalie. After Natalie will be
Oh no.
Dave.
Don't like this.
After Dave is yours truly, Elliot.
Oh gosh.
No, but Matt
okay,
gets,
I get the turn.
and then Matt gets number 4, but also crucially, Matt
But
gets number 5.
Flips it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, meaning.
All right, let's go.
Snake.
Yeah.
Right,
Yes.
right. Okay, sorry.
Are you prepared for that?
So it's risk reward because
That's
we
right.
are voting at the end of this episode. We are going to vote on our winner, and higher trims might play into this. Okay.
Oh man.
Is
All right, let's go.
is
Let's fire away.
everybody ready to go?
How? Why? You have the first pick.
I know.
Why are
the
you?
Pressure.
Go, Natalie. You got it. You got it, girl.
Pressure.
Natalie, you are pick number 1.
And
mean,
are we doing that right
Do
now?
you need more time? I feel like we can just keep explaining how this works.
No.
Did you guys like the research tool? Was it
Oh
good?
yeah. Can we give Matt his flowers for just a second?
Oh,
Oh,
no,
God.
no,
Yeah,
no,
he
no.
needs
Let
his,
Natalie
someone
pick.
give
Natalie,
his,
do
he
you want
needs
to
his
pick?
flowers. Yeah, Natalie, go for
Matt
it.
on the research tool. Yeah, I'm picking. I am snagging the Ford Maverick. There is my hybrid. There's my
Which is
hybrid.
how much?
So the base trim XL, that's the one I'm going to go with. This is $28,145.
I feel like this is a Price is Right game. That's
And
great.
we all
Sorry, that's the hybrid.
strike something
That's the
off our
hybrid.
list because I'm sure we all look.
Love it. Good pick.
I was surprised to see that because when the Ford Maverick was launched, I believe the hybrid was the base and actually the cheapest.
It was.
And in fact, that is how it is
Sub
still
20.
listed in the database we were using.
Really?
If you do one level deeper of digging and actually go to Ford's website, you learn that the EcoBoost 4-cylinder is now the cheapest one. But it's $27,145 on their website. So the price you quoted is correct, $28,145 for the hybrid.
Pre-destination.
But, it's no longer the hybrid is
pick,
no
Natalie.
longer the base option.
So you are
Love it.
you're going to track on your
That's
nice
my
tracker.
choice. Yep.
That is there. Okay. Natalie with the first pick took the Ford Maverick, and I had to cross the Maverick off my
Sorry.
supposed
I know.
list.
I didn't even put it on my list because I knew someone was going to pick it because it is a very good value-oriented car, and it belongs on any one of our lists.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I'm not going to, there's no way I get it.
Smart to
Getting a-
plan around that.
Getting
Yeah.
a pickup truck
Yeah.
on a list like this and a hybrid,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
And a hybrid.
And a hybrid,
And
so-
hybrid.
Yeah. Nicely chosen.
Thank
And in
you.
terms of like building your ideal 3-car garage, you need something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can't all have just
practical as all
3
get out.
compact sedans.
Yeah.
I can really see a place in my life for a Ford Maverick. So yeah, I
like
feel
that.
good about my garage so far.
Hey, you're the only one that has a car.
Now I can't decide if you're drafting for the vote or you're drafting the garage you actually want.
Why?
the same thing.
¿Por qué no los dos?
Yeah. All right.
Who has the second pick?
Dave
Going next.
is next.
Yours truly. So I am choosing my vehicle because I want to dispel the myth that I think consumers might have, rightfully so, that EVs are prohibitively expensive.
Okay.
Because I think right now, yes, we have lost the federal tax incentive, and that's a bummer. But it doesn't mean we can't still get a very compelling, useful, nice driving, good-sized EV that anyone would be happy to be seen in and own for a period of time. So my choice is the Chevy Equinox EV
Good
in
one.
the LT1 trim. That's the base trim. It's $35,000. I have baked into my consideration the other 2 vehicles sort of accommodate for that. But look, 35 grand for like this good looking, nice driving, nice size, right? Like tons of room in that thing. Big fan of that vehicle. I I think there's a lot of reasons you would choose that over it's a gas equivalent, and the gas equivalent is not really that much cheaper. So
And they're very different looking too.
they're so good looking. Yeah, like punches well above its weight.
Yeah, well,
I'm a
and I
big
mean
fan.
the EV versus the gas version. Like the gas version kind of looks like a cop car, and the EV kind of looks like a
Sleek.
more Invista direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the Invista might show up on somebody's list too. We'll see. We'll see.
So that's my pick.
Good choice.
That's a good pick.
I'm just trying to look and see if you can get that cool purple color for
On the base?
for that price.
On the
or if
1LT?
you have to-
Oh, on the LT1?
yeah.
This is one of the challenges. It's like we're naturally drawn towards these base trims.
Yeah.
And we all test drive usually the most expensive trim. And
the
I feel like if we
bougiest
were
one around.
actually get
Yeah.
into the base trims, we'd be like, wait, what do you mean it doesn't have wireless charging?
Well, you
Where are
can
my
get
screens? Where are my
Galaxy
screens?
Gray Metallic is
Galaxy?
not an extra cost color.
Wow.
So
Bravo.
Well, I also have
Hope you're
I
getting
have
that one.
$500 to spend to play with. If I get all three of my vehicles, I'm just under 90 grand. So even if the paint was $430, I could upgrade. But
and it would be well worth
need
it.
to.
That's a great color.
that'd be well worth it. Yeah, yeah. All right, Elliot, you up?
I am starting with the most practical choice.
Oh boy.
We are all city dwellers. We commute to work sometimes. Well, we always commute to work, but sometimes via car. You need a small car that's good on gas mileage.
Is
There's
this-
many options.
Will this be your
Many
hybrid choice?
This is going to be my hybrid choice.
Okay.
It's a solid hybrid. It's up there in conversation of most practical hybrid. It is a Toyota Corolla hybrid.
Gotta cross it off
sedan.
my list.
I am taking the
The
SE
sedan,
trim.
not the Corolla Cross, right?
Did I say cross?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm just making sure for our listeners. There's the Corolla sedan, and then Toyota kind of made things confusing by doing a very small crossover called the Corolla Cross.
They're
You're
not
just
making
taking the sedan.
confusing. They're leveraging brand equity.
Leveraging brand equity. So I am taking the
Tomato, tomato.
Corolla Hybrid SE trim, and
choice.
that is just under 25 grand. It's 24,380.
SE. The LE is the cheapest at 24,775. The SE is 27,215.
I should clarify. I had clicked the Corolla hatchback, not the Corolla Hybrid. The Corolla Hybrid LE is 24,775. That's what I'm taking.
Okay. The cheapest Toyota.
The cheapest. I'm
or
getting.
the cheapest Toyota.
I'm getting the most fuel efficient commuter car to get me to my
Yes.
office.
Probably
Because that thing gets
the most economical car you can
53.
buy.
It's a great pick.
Yeah.
Some would say,
53 miles per gallon in the city. That's insane.
I'd get
for a
39.
Which
is still good.
yeah, 50 miles per gallon combined on a $25,000 car.
Yeah.
That's like value on top of value on top of. That's like amazing.
I have
Yeah,
to
good
apologize to the hatchback hybrid mix up, but I saw
that's okay.
Corolla
choice. No, good
H.
choice.
Okay,
choice.
so now this is where it gets interesting because Matt has pick number 4 and number 5 because he's on the turn.
That's right. And you guys,
see it.
I mean, I have to commend all three of you for you knocked out
Oh no,
a big criteria in the first round. You said I'm gonna. All of you picked a hybrid
Yeah.
or a electric in Dave's case, so you no longer have to worry about that. And for Dave, you no longer have to worry about getting a crossover. But that means that I no longer have to worry about you guys poaching a hybrid from me.
sure.
So I can pick something fun.
Good point. Good point.
I will take I got to think about this. What do you guys
Right
think
on.
about the weather?
It's been chilly.
How's everything
go.
been out
It's
there?
been a little cold, icy.
pressure's part of it.
All-wheel drive might be useful.
I am going to take.
Ba-da-ba-ba.
Choosing fourth.
It's not like he didn't have
First
time.
round.
I know this is the problem
cheap
here,
car
right?
shootout.
I will be taking the Mazda
a long
Miata
sabbatical.
Sport. Yeah.
Wow.
I reserved my fun section for last.
Well, you
The
should.
Miata- Oh my gosh.
See, there's a benefit. So the Mazda Miata Sport
Yeah.
is $30,430 MSRP.
Yeah.
Which this is actually 2026 is the first year that the MSRP for the Miata has risen above $30,000. And
Is that the manual?
It is, yes, it's got the manual.
Oh, I love it.
You
Yeah,
can't.
good.
You couldn't buy a Miata before 2026 for less than $30,000. Like
Yeah.
that destination fee was gonna bite you.
Yeah.
But it's still. I feel like it's still sad. You know, Mazda can't put out a commercial anymore that says the Mazda Miata
Oh, under
starting
30
at under $30,000, even though it
But so
didn't
close.
technically start at under $30,000 either. You guys probably want to know what I'm going to take for my next car.
Yeah, are you killing for time or what here?
My next car, I think I just have to stick with my strategy here, is the Hyundai Venue.
Oh my gosh, the Venue.
The Venue.
Saving
Are
a
you
lot of money
counting-
for your
Pay me to
last
choose that
choice.
car.
Are you calling that a crossover? Is that what's happening here?
That I am calling that a crossover.
I'm calling it a mistake.
Well, if they call it a crossover, I'm
Yeah.
calling it a crossover.
You know, the coolness of the Miata almost makes up for the uncoolness of the Venue.
Almost.
We'll see though.
Yeah.
You know, it's different.
Not
It's
quite.
it's a 3-car garage. They do
Yeah,
different
yeah.
things. So you can get you can spend upwards of $22,600 for a Hyundai Venue SEL. But this is basic transportation, and I don't need all those bells and whistles, so I'll be taking the SE trim at its base price. It's basest of the entire market price of $20,550.
That is a substantial.
They're giving that away.
That's guys. I have
a
2
bargain.
cars, and I've spent less than 51 grand. Who says cheap cars don't exist anymore?
And now you can get a really good EV or hybrid with your last choice.
That's right. I could spend almost 40 grand.
Whoa.
I'm gonna have to make some changes.
Big spender.
man.
All right. Elliot,
and I'll
what
tell you, the
got?
pressure
What
really
you got
is
for us?
off me. Getting the turn was a good move.
Yeah, now you can just cruise.
I
It's
can
not
just
coming back to you
cruise.
for a
now
while.
I can
So
just
sit
think
back,
about
enjoy.
what I want.
Yeah, have some toast G. Elliot.
Oh, we got to
what you got,
start
man?
stocking toast cheese in
it's
the
snack
office.
time with Dave. We've reached that segment of the pod.
If you guys could see down here the amount of snacks that I have, it's either gross or really amazing.
It's gross.
It's a lot of food.
It's gross, David.
I'm gonna pick something that it might come back to bite me depending on what's available at the end. But I think variety is key in this. I'm building a garage. I want to
spice
be
of life.
I want to be ready for all
as
eventualities.
is life, yeah.
I have my tiny hybrid commuter. I need something with a third row.
Okay.
I am going with a good option, not a huge third row, but it's there when you need it. The
It's there.
Kia
Okay.
Sorento.
Oh, it's literally what I
For how
pulled up
much?
here. I was like,
Wait, how
I've got
much?
all this time to figure out what I want, and the next pick takes what I want.
Yeah.
What is it? Like,
It is the lowest
great pick.
trim.
Great pick. I'm just curious what the cheapest version is.
$32,390 for the LX.
Is
That's a
that
lot
the
of
one
car.
you're going with?
That's the one
And
I'm
that's
going
the-
with.
base trim. Okay.
That's a great choice because that's a third row. It's like it's a very easily drivable vehicle. Like you mentioned, city. You could still take it to the city.
Yeah.
Navigate parking lots and street parking very easily. It's like a very manageable size, and you have that third row. Probably not great for adults, but if
No.
you're taking an extra kid home from carpool or soccer or whatever, you pop it up and you've got the room. It's a great flexible vehicle.
Dave,
I love
thank
it.
you for those comments, and I hope you remember them when it's time to vote. Because I agree. I agree on all.
Oh wait, because we can't vote for ourselves.
you
can we?
cannot vote for
Can't
yourself.
vote for
That's kind of the whole key. Okay, so Dave,
No, it's a good pick.
Dave, you are next. What are you going to add to your Chevy Equinox?
So I'm for the people who are maybe leaning into Matt's propaganda, his pro venue propaganda. Let me just give you an alternative that doesn't make your eyes bleed. That's a little cooler, almost just as cheap or inexpensive, cheap in a good way.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the Nissan Kicks in
Wow.
the S trim. It was completely redesigned last year. Slick looking car.
Yeah.
Looks like you're driving something that's $35,000, but the base trim, the S, is $22,430.
Wow.
That's a lot of car, a lot of style, lots of practicality, space, and bonus, you actually want to be seen in it, unlike the Hyundai Venue.
That is surprisingly
That's my
low.
pick. I'm a big fan. Yeah, right.
Because you're
I
right.
mean, that's a
it
car.
does look
Like I said, that's a car you
35.
park in the driveway, and your neighbors are like, "That was $35,000. He must be doing well."
It looks fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
I will give it credit for being
He says through clenched teeth.
non-derivative. Nothing looks
It's doing its own
nothing
thing.
looks quite like the Nissan Kicks. Is that
But
for, is that
it's
for
not-
a reason? Perhaps it is.
It's not weird. It's not derivative, but it's not like excessively weird. I think it's a very stylish, contemporary looking vehicle that will age well.
I think the front end is a little weird, but I give you credit. Honestly, I did not think that the Kicks was that inexpensive. So
Yeah, exactly.
let's just say I had the room to put a kicks
Yeah.
put a kicks in. So good choice.
Because to me, that gets at the core of what we're doing here. The best cheap cars don't look cheap. And I understand all the merits of the venue. It looks sort of cheap. Right? So like
strongly
the Vista
disagree.
does not look cheap. It looks like what, and to me that's the best way to that's the biggest accomplishment an automaker can have, is making an inexpensive car look expensive. And I think Nissan's done a really nice job. The Kicks looks good that way.
Yeah, I mean, I think the fact that I'm like, oh man, I wish I had thought of that, but I didn't because I don't think of it as a crazy cheap car. It's
Yeah.
telling
Exactly.
for sure.
Yeah, I've never been inside the Kicks, but the outside, I'm a big fan of Nissan's what they're doing. All across the line, they've kind of updated the Murano, the Kicks,
Yes, I agree.
even the
Aria.
Sentra. The
new
It
Sentra.
has the Aria look.
I was going to say, let's pour one out for the Aria because I love the Aria. But
Right.
That's true.
but yeah, the new Sentra looks great too. Nissan's doing a good job.
Yesterday.
And the fact that they're doing it kind of across the line is going to just help normalize the look more and more too.
Yeah. And I love when an automaker has a cohesive look across the line.
Yeah.
And Nissan's getting there. Toyota does it. I think Honda does it pretty well.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay, that's,
All right, Natalie.
we got some good lists. Natalie, this is interesting.
got?
Because Natalie is going to be the first one to finish her garage.
I get to go twice.
Oh, yeah,
right?
you get to
That's
go
this
twice
week?
now.
Okay.
Wow.
Yay.
So Natalie, you're going to
Jackpot.
do your second and third picks
Yes. Okay.
right now. And you seem excited. I think you like what you're about to do. Let's hear it.
I'm really excited. Yeah, and now I feel like I don't have to hide my screen anymore in case you see.
I haven't been looking.
I know you wouldn't. Integrity.
There's
Elliot's all integrity.
There's one
but-
car that I'm hoping gets picked that I cannot take anymore. And I feel like you're my hope for taking the car. So
Okay.
just don't let us down. I really
Okay.
there's one car
You'll
in
be
mind,
fine. You've
and I
got
feel
great
like it's a
taste.
you car, and I don't think people think about it very often.
I think whatever you choose is the right answer.
Okay, thank you. All
No.
There you go, Elliot.
right, well here we go. I get to pick two. So I'm gonna go first with here's my crossover. It is the Mazda CX-30.
That's a great pick.
And I am picking not the base trim.
Whoa.
I'm picking the 2.5S Select Sport because I want heated leatherette seats. That's
what?
I really
'Cause Mama
wanted
don't
to
play
make that
with
happen
cold
for
seats.
all three
Yeah.
of my choices, and I just couldn't quite pull it off.
The real classy ladies want leatherette.
I mean, I want something I can wipe off. We were not going to get to leather
Genuine
in every
leather.
vehicle. Yeah.
Not the
So I
Napa.
sacrificed my truck. I sacrificed my hybrid. I have some other vehicles I was thinking about for that, but I guess I shouldn't say in case I ruin someone else's choices. So Mazda CX-30, that is $27,660 in not the base trim. Still, yeah, very good price.
What is the lowest trim option? Like, what's the price of it?
$25,975.
Wow. So that car looks. I mean, talk about. You think the Kicks looks nice?
Yeah.
The CX-30
Yeah.
looks really nice for that price.
I went straight to Mazda for what's something
Yeah.
where I can get a lot of the features that I want, and I know it's going to look nice. I'm not going to be embarrassed driving it.
Yeah.
But
Like maybe will be one of the most iconic sports cars of the last 100 years.
And I'm
Oh no, sorry, we're talking about your pick.
not critiquing it at all. It's really knocking on the door of is this a crossover?
how do you mean?
It's
too small?
tiny. It's hatchbacky. It's like
I mean, you gave it to me for venue, so we're giving the
I'm not
CX-30
I'm not fighting against it. It's just
Also well established that I prefer a smaller car for being able
That's
to
true.
reach the car seat.
that's true.
So,
Never
yeah.
purchased a crossover.
Yeah, that's also true. I've never purchased a crossover. But if I
Well,
were
now you've bought a truck and a crossover.
today,
I bet you
in
she's
the
gonna
last
pick a
10
car.
minutes.
I bet you number 3 is a car.
In the last 10 minutes. Well, here is number 3. Gosh, I really wonder what Matt thinks it's going to be. The Toyota GR86.
Oh.
Whoa, nice.
Not what I had in mind.
pick.
Okay.
But a great
I
pick.
cannot fault you for the choice.
And this took up a fair amount of my pricing too. I want the premium because again, I really want heated seats.
So Natalie's getting a cool, fun sports car and a car with leatherette among her 3 cars. That's pretty good.
Oh no.
Matt just perked up like he saw something.
I don't have a alternative fuel. Oops.
Well, you got a couple
better put it
turns.
in there.
I got some time.
So Natalie, give us what is your 3-car garage?
So I have the Ford Maverick XL. I went base for the Maverick. That's $28,145 and it's my hybrid. I have the Mazda CX-30. That's my crossover. $27,660 for the 2.5S Select Sport. And I have the Toyota GR86 Premium, $33,800, bringing me to $89,605.
$89,605. Really getting under that limit. Very good.
Nicely done.
Perfect.
Good garage.
Really cool.
Good garage.
I do think it's cool, actually. I think it's a really cool garage.
That's a cool garage.
I'm pretty pleased with
Wait, sorry, real quick. Your second one was what?
CX-30.
Yeah, got it. So you have a sports car, you have a truck, and you have like a little 4-door hatchback crossover thingy.
It's a compelling
That is
garage.
that's a great garage.
It's a compelling garage.
Like whatever you're doing that day, you walk out to your garage, no matter what you're doing, where you're going, and you've got a car for it, for your mood, for driving conditions, for what practicality level you need. Yeah, I'm jealous.
Wow. It might be tough to beat.
Okay.
So Dave,
All
you
right.
were the only one so far that has an EV. What are you going to do to finish out your garage? What's your number
I got
3?
some freedom now. I got some freedom.
You got
And look,
freedom.
I'm gonna make Elliot either really happy or really mad because this was on his list. I am choosing because all right. So to recap, I've got the Equinox EV and I have the Nissan Kicks. Right. So you've got your sort of practical hatchback in the Kicks that anyone can afford and appreciate, a little bit of style, and then you've got your electric vehicle, great usable car for almost any buyer in the market. I'm gonna have a little fun now. Got to live a little, but I'm not totally giving up on practicality. I got 2 kids, 2 car seats, and all that. I'm going with the Honda Civic
Wow.
SI. I have room in my budget for the SI.
done. Great choice.
It is $31,495, which puts me at $88,920. So I'm $1,100 under our limit. And the SI, I mean, come on, it is fun to drive, handles like sublime handling. You can get it with a manual transmission, but you can put the whole family in it, and it will last for 30 years and be just as fun in 30 years to drive. You've got a trunk, you've got all the things. Big fan. It nicely sort of rounds out my garage. I'm excited.
That is a really good choice.
Dave, the Civic, I had multiple variations where Civics existed. The hybrid, the hatchback, the SI. That's a great pick. That's a really great pick.
It's the fun one. It's the fun one. Yeah. But
And
it's fun without giving up the practicality.
it's fun without being foolish.
It's not yeah. Your partner, you bring it home and your partner's not like, well, you idiot. What am I going to do with, or put, our stuff or our kids or our dog, right? Like
All of these things are important. Okay, that's a good garage. Equinox EV, Kicks, and the Civic SI.
Thank you.
That's a good collection. Matt, I'm just gonna say, Matt looks like he's sweating a little bit. Matt looks a little nervous.
I'm not having a good time anymore.
He forgot about the hybrid.
I forgot. Yeah,
And for the record, this was Matt's idea.
I know.
And after he
This
was
whole
like, and now
episode.
you guys have all chosen, so I don't have to worry about the hybrid anymore.
Something has gone terribly wrong.
When Matt is silent,
And there's no,
you know something's wrong.
Yeah.
Matt is not silent.
Yeah.
Matt is not a silent guy.
Yeah.
Okay. I am going to
All right,
pick my
Elliot.
third car. I'm going to be honest. Matt, the Miata was my dark horse. But a dark horse
Oh no!
is a thing. It's not the trim I'm taking, but I'm taking the Ford Mustang.
Wow.
For my third car. I can't afford the dark horse. I can, however, afford the EcoBoost, which is $32,640.
Good choice.
Okay.
Okay.
That
Sorry,
brings
what are your other 2?
the Toyota Corolla Hybrid and the Kia Sorento and the Ford Mustang. And
That's a good garage too.
I
Look
think
at that.
yeah. It's funny.
Oh, you've got your like super practical car. You've got the family SUV crossover, and then you're like, hey, it's the weekend. My wife and I are going on a date. Mustang all the way. Oh,
You know what? I'm super proud of myself. So thank you for
good
acknowledging.
garage.
My garage cost me $89,805. Or I said that the wrong way. $89,805. So what is that? $195 under the limit.
Yeah.
I feel okay.
Nicely done.
Um,
Good choice. Yeah.
now the moment of truth.
What? No.
All right,
Come on.
Matt.
This doesn't
Stop
rest
sweating.
on my shoulders over here. You all have done a wonderful
entirely does.
job. You've done a wonderful job. I was fully prepared to take a Chevy Colorado LT here, which is a good price for a good pickup
looking at
truck.
those.
It's about $36K. Can't really. There's some change on there. Call it 37. But I didn't have a hybrid or an EV
own
because
rules.
I'm stupid. So
You got so excited about the Miata.
I was very excited about the Miata, and I thought I had the ultimate cheat code in the $21,000 crossover. I really like the Equinox. I think that's a great choice. I like the Aria. They don't make it anymore. there's not really a hybrid that I would take here to like complement my existing garage of the Miata and the Venue. Like I can't afford a good hybrid crossover. There's probably something out there.
I have an EV crossover.
I just don't want them. But there is an EV crossover I can afford. Unfortunately, I can only afford the base trim, which is like 240 miles of range and probably doesn't have leatherette seats, Natalie.
Which one is this?
But like you, taking the Mustang, I will also be looking to Ford and taking the Ford Mustang Mach-E Select trim. Okay. It's the base. It costs $37,795, which is probably cheaper than you would think just looking at it. I still think the Mustang Mach-E is a really good looking car.
I do too.
Yeah.
I like the Mach-E a lot.
They're super fun to drive. The Select is not as much fun as the GT, but still fun.
Yeah.
And I look at my garage. I have the Mazda MX-5 Miata, just God tier. Nobody's criticizing
Nobody would ever say a word against it.
The Hyundai Venue.
Everybody hates it.
Best looking car on the market. Love the Venue so much. This is like a really challenging thing for Venue because I'm sure Hyundai just loves what I have to say about this. You know, it's everybody wants to hear somebody singing praises, but it has inadvertently drawn the arrows from 3 other new voices. They're like, well, it's great that this is getting so much positive attention, but could you have just done it in a dark room with nobody else there?
We could turn off the lights and leave.
Like I said, I don't doubt its competence. It's a highly competent car.
Also, I didn't say anything. I just made some faces.
I actually would doubt its competence more than I would doubt its looks.
Yeah.
I think the Venue looks,
now I'm doubting your
better than it is. Anyways, so I love the Miata. I love the Venue. The Mustang Mach-E, I really don't have anything bad to say about it. It's just, this isn't quite the garage I thought I was going to end with when we started. And that is all your faults.
What is the total cost of your garage?
$88,000. $88,775. I know how to say a number.
Thank you. Okay, so we've done our garage,
but also everything I picked was a base trim.
Yeah,
I don't have leatherette anything.
Okay.
Can you enter yours in the spreadsheet so I can see your choices?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I made a copy so no one would know what I was thinking.
Exactly. I know
Did that work?
Yeah.
I did not think it would work to make a copy.
I just trusted that we would all stay in our own tab. So what we're going to do now?
I did. I didn't cheat.
In the same order. So Natalie, we're going to start with you. I want you to run through what your list is and why you deserve our votes.
Ooh, okay. Wait, I'm putting stuff into the spreadsheet for Dave.
We can move on if you're not prepared.
No,
we can start with
I'm
somebody
just
else.
trying to give you a chance so I can vote on you.
I'll go.
You got a good garage.
Okay, hang on.
Yeah,
I'm putting it in as I can talk and put stuff in a spreadsheet at the same time.
Why do you deserve my vote / our vote?
Well, first of all, because I got the Maverick, which I think we all wanted, but
It was on the list. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's being nice.
It was. I think that's a really good choice for a cost-effective hybrid that you enjoy, like not just driving, but being seen in and, and having. And it's it's practical. It's a truck. Like kind of fun to have a truck.
Well, come on.
It's not like a truck.
Yeah, I mean it's not a truck guy truck, but
it's a truck.
I'm not a truck guy. So.
It's a widow truck.
It's a truck. Yeah, it's a.
I'm a real truck, guys.
It's a fashion statement.
The little blue truck is a kid's.
Oh,
That's probably
know
a Ford Maverick.
all about the little blue truck.
Okay, so I have the Ford Maverick. That was my only base trim. This is another reason that you should vote for me.
It's compelling.
Then I have the Mazda CX-30. I saved money for the 2.5S Select Sport. So no, it's not the turbo, but it's got the leatherette seats. It's got heated seats. It's got wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. It's a Mazda. Like it looks nice. I believe I could get it in Soul Red Crystal. So
that might be an extra charge.
I don't think it is.
It's a great red.
I can
Let
check
us know
that.
in the comments.
I have $395, so I can go and check. And then the Toyota GR86. I mean, come on.
Without reproach.
Right? This is a great car, and this is a great choice, I think. And again, middle trim, so I can get those heated front seats.
I do like that you didn't just pick base trims. I think all of mine are base trims. I think this the same as for others. That's a really compelling argument that you didn't just choose the base.
Thank you.
Okay. That's Natalie's garage.
Nicely done.
Dave, are you ready to share your garage
Yeah,
and
let's do
why
it.
you deserve our vote?
Wait, sorry, one more thing.
All right.
It's well-rounded, as Dave said about my garage before. I just need to reiterate that. All right, sorry, Dave.
Yes, despite yours being well-rounded, I like my choices. EV, right? Like I said, dispelling the myth that EVs have to be expensive. The Chevy Equinox EV, good looking, nice size. You're not really compromising on anything. Good range, very good, stylish inside and out. So
A little overpriced. A little overpriced.
You think?
Well, it's $5,000 more than a Nissan
$35,000?
Leaf. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
and
what are you getting?
It's
What are you getting?
$5,000 larger and more sophisticated. It is. It's just a good looking EV that you're really not compromising. You're not like, well, it's an EV, but I like it. It's ugly, or it doesn't have good range, or it's not comfortable. It's all the things. I think it's a very well rounded EV for $35,000. So you can get affordability with a crossover and have it be electric. Second choice, Nissan Kicks. Just going cheap here, right? Again, dispelling the myth that if you spend under $23,000, you have a car that looks very conspicuously cheap. This is a good looking, as we've all agreed, this is a good looking car. Looks like it punches well above its weight in terms of its cost, but also
For sure.
good practicality, good styling. So I like that.
How's the headroom for
let's
you
have some fun.
as a tall?
Oh,
taller
tons of room.
individual? Yeah, great.
Honestly,
Quite
that's
spacious,
that's
yeah.
the biggest improvement in my mind
Really?
of the previous Kicks to the current one.
Yeah.
Is that Dave can fit in any seat
Yeah.
he wants. Before it was like
There you go.
parts of Dave can fit.
It
in
really
any
doesn't
seat.
look like that would be true
Yeah.
either.
Yeah.
The high belt line.
Yeah, no, it's great. And I love that. And then you fold down the rear seats. It's practical if you need extra space. So it's all the things. And then having some fun, Honda Civic SI, like the fun one,
Yeah.
right? Without going to the like bonkers type R level. Like that's a lot of car for $31,000 with
Yeah.
you've got the handling and the dynamics, the reliability, the safety, but then the space. Like it's a zero compromise four-door sedan.
One of the
Super
best
excited about
manual
that.
transmissions on the market.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Hondas are always delightful to shift. So yeah, that puts me at $88,920. That's a cool garage, folks. I think you should vote for it.
And it's cheaper than Natalie's garage.
Is that a good thing or a bad
Was
thing?
that part of the-
I'm not saying, I'm not
Was that a
passing
metric?
judgment. I'm just
It's
stating
a
the
metric.
facts.
We
So
don't know
maybe
if it's
bonus
good or bad.
points, maybe a little extra scratch to take your beloved out to dinner that night after you buy 3 cars.
Okay. It's my turn to share.
It sure is.
And I'm wrong a lot, but I think I'm right on this garage. Okay. Anything you need to do, you can do with my garage. We got the small urban commuter. We got a Toyota Corolla hybrid. Who's gonna put down a hybrid Corolla? They're perfect cars. Perfect. Can't be beat.
Yeah.
Next,
For
we have
53 miles per gallon in the city driving.
Thank you,
It's
Dave.
insane.
Next, I think arguably the biggest car that anybody chose is the Kia Sorento.
Yeah,
I
I
believe
think it
it's
is.
the
Yeah.
only third row
That's true.
of this whole quadruple garage. So, I mean, if you have 6 people, I'm the only one that
We
you can
have
go with.
to go to you.
You
We
have
have
to
to
go to
ask
me.
you. Yeah.
You have to go to me. And even if it wasn't for that, the Kia Sorento is just a great car. It looks good.
Yeah.
That third
Yeah.
row, while not huge, is a third row. And the Sorento, even if it was 2 rows, still a great car. And then I finish it up with
point.
a little bit of fun. The Ford Mustang. Good old American
Just a
muscle.
just a little bit of fun.
It's the EcoBoost.
Oh,
No, come on. But the EcoBoost Mustang is really good. It's outstanding. The balance in that car is phenomenal.
Have you driven this generation, Matt? I haven't been in it.
Not this gen, so maybe it's ruined.
I highly doubt
The
it.
previous generation, I thought the EcoBoost Mustang was like
Yeah.
one of the overlooked greats.
Yeah. Most things don't get worse, right? Some do, but
Some do.
Yeah, I'm
Some
sure.
do.
It's- Yeah.
Some do. Look at us.
That's true. Knocking on the door. And my garage came to $89,805. And I will also say, just another point, if we were playing Price is Right rules, which we're not, I would win. Closest to 90 without
That's
going
right.
over.
That's
So
right.
I was most efficient among the rules.
But I can take you out to a nice dinner afterwards. That's what I said.
I mean, I could do $195 of dinner. That's a pretty decent dinner.
Could do a
Well, I mean, I live in LA. Like
yeah.
Is it my turn?
cheeseburgers.
It's Matt's
there,
turn.
Okay. I'm going to go in reverse order. I went with the Ford Mustang Mach-E because it's a fabulous electric vehicle. I think people are over the Mustang name being on it. People don't seem to get too upset about it. I think it's the best looking EV in its class. Thank you, Dave. I see you trying to check what the price of the premium
checking your
was.
pricing here. What are you
I
doing?
was at select, and I was like, maybe he hasn't selected one
Yes.
yet.
Okay. So
Select. Oh, okay.
I did that so many times. No, I do have to take the select trim. But the more I think about it, the better I feel about it. The Hyundai Venue, somebody had to take it. It's the least expensive car out there. When I look at the kicks, I say, just because a car is inexpensive doesn't mean it has to be cheap.
Yeah.
And when I look at the Venue, I say, listen, it has a 10-year powertrain warranty.
Hey, that's
not
just bad.
Thrash the hell out of that thing, all right? Have as much fun as you possibly can. That's why the Venue is here. And it's technically a crossover.
Technically, yes.
And then rounding things out with what was actually my first pick, the Mazda MX-5 Miata Sport Trim. Here's a tip, folks. You don't need anything more than the Sport Trim when you're buying a Miata. It truly can't be faulted.
The more simple, the better with the Miata.
Best yet, my total garage price only $88,775, making it the least expensive
cheapest
garage in this room or on the TV if you're in Dave's room. And I mean, 11 grand for dinner. Where are we going? I'll take you.
$1,100.
I think you mean 1,100.
Yeah.
Same thing. Okay, so we've all picked our garage. We've laid out our case. Question for the panel: do we want to do this as like a hidden private vote, or would you just want to say who we pick, like down the line?
Let's just do it out loud.
Okay. Who's ready to make their choice?
I am.
Matt, who
Natalie
gets your
has
vote?
the best garage.
Thank you.
Natalie gets one vote. Let's go to Natalie. Who gets your vote? You cannot vote for yourself.
She was not ready.
No,
She was basking.
I'm going to vote for Dave. I did want another minute to enjoy that, but
Okay, that takes us to Dave.
Elliot, if she had another minute, she might have voted for you.
I'm surprised I haven't gotten a vote yet. Dave, who are you voting for?
I don't know. It's either between Elliot and Natalie. I'm trying to think of like the different scenarios. I think I might need to. I'm gonna give it to Elliot. It's so close. I feel like apologizing
really
to
not
Natalie.
like my garage? It's a good garage.
I don't know. It's because the Sorrento is like such a great pick because it's like a large, like you said, it's the largest vehicle anyone chose.
Yeah, but he
And
got
it's so
the
useful.
bad
It's
one.
got that third row, and then if you're going in a commute, right? You just pop in your Corolla hatchback, or your Corolla hybrid, and get 53 miles per gallon. And then, like I said, then you're ready to have some fun. The Mustang. I love that Natalie has the Maverick. Yeah, but by a hair, it goes to Elliot.
I'll take it.
It's a garage that I think suits my particular use case more closely.
Well, I was
as much
picking
as I
to
love
get
that
your
aspect.
vote. So
I think it's
I'm
definitely
glad it
the
worked.
most practical. That Sorrento is doing a ton of heavy lifting.
It's
there.
doing a lot of work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Natalie has the best variety, but I think from like a practicality, my use case, I think Elliot is just a whisker ahead.
Well, you know what's fun? That makes it a pretty compelling fourth choice because with one vote we have Natalie, with one vote we have Dave, and with one vote we have Elliot. So that means
you could do a four-way tie.
I'm definitely I could do a four-way tie. Frankly,
we just don't want to have one loser.
if you had anything else than I can't vote for the Venue. If you had anything else in there that was your second choice, I could do a four-way tie.
want me
and that
to
would be
swap it out?
No, sorry. The vote's been made. So it's either going to be Natalie or Dave because I can't vote for myself. I like that Natalie has a pickup truck, and I like that Dave has an EV.
Yeah.
And I also like that Dave has the Civic, but I like the GR86. And I think you both kind of, you didn't cheat, but you played a little loose with the CX-30 and the kicks being crossovers.
How is that? What do you think they call them?
No, I didn't need to. Hang on. I didn't need a crossover because I have the Equinox. I had free reign.
That is something.
What, if the CX-30 is not a crossover, what is it?
It's a slightly lifted hatchback.
Why did we do that video with the CX-30
I know.
versus the CX-5?
Which you can see
came
on
with
CarGurus.com.
I have
Natalie
to go.
has receipts.
The Civic mixed with the EV Equinox. I gotta go there. I think those two. I think the Equinox
so
and the
Dave
Civic
wins.
I think Dave wins. Dave gets my
Dave
vote,
wins.
and that gives Dave
All right.
2 votes.
But we can put a poll up on Spotify, and folks can comment
Yes.
on YouTube. Let
They
us
can tell
know.
us how
Let
wrong
us
we
know
are.
How wrong we are, and how in fact the venue is a good little car, and it deserves their
Hyundai's like-
respect.
Let us know who
Please stop
really
bringing
won
it
and
up.
why it's me.
Or me. Our final thing we're going to do, and this is maybe how we can, still.
Do I get a prize?
Still
Oh,
say great job.
goodness.
Yeah, you're going to get something. Speed round question.
Oh no!
What car that somebody else chose do you wish you could have had on your list?
Ford Maverick.
Okay, Matt with the Ford Maverick.
Oh,
Dave.
but wait, what would I have taken off?
Well, that's not part
No,
of the
that's
question.
not the question.
Dave, what is one car you wish you could have had?
Oh, I don't know. It'd be either the Maverick or the Sorrento, again, because of like the size.
Yeah.
I mean, that's probably the Sorrento. That's kind of why I went with
Sure.
your pick overall, Elliot.
Okay.
Sorrento.
Natalie?
You guys had a lot of good choices that were things, to be honest, I didn't think about because we didn't have like a price list.
Yeah.
I mean, both of the Mustangs were things that it didn't occur to me to be like, those are probably super affordable.
Right.
But I think Civic Si,
Nice.
which is
Yeah.
why I voted for Dave.
I was
Cool.
very proud of that one.
Yeah,
And
that was a good
what
choice.
I like is we all have different answers because for me, it's the Miata. The Miata
nice.
was like, it was almost going to be my first choice. but-
Honestly, I don't think I picked the Miata because I knew it was a roughly $30,000
Yeah.
sports car.
Yeah.
It didn't occur to me how many roughly $30,000, but like the GR86 Premium or the GR86, the base trim starts at $31,200, and
Yeah.
the Civic Si, which heads up, folks, is a sports car. Maybe not in the classic
Yeah,
sense,
sure.
but it's got a great manual transmission
just
and
as
a
much fun.
high revving engine. That starts at $31,490. Like there are a lot of options out there.
Yeah.
You can have fun for short money.
Yeah. Yep.
What a great way to end the episode.
Look at that.
Like Matt mentioned, answer the poll on Spotify, comment on YouTube, or send us some fan mail. Find the address somewhere online.
Editor at CarGurus.com.
There's the email
Yeah,
or
you
the
can
physical
send
mail.
it do we get physical mail?
We can start.
Don't mail us anything.
Well,
Yeah,
No
don't
glitter,
mail it.
please.
No glitter.
all right, we're calling it there. Thank you everybody for listening. Let us know what you thought, and you know what? Drive fun cars. Have a great week.